It was like any other evening. The kids were in bed, sound asleep, in the bedroom next to ours. Nothing out of the ordinary had happened that day or evening. My husband, Todd, and I went to bed like any other night, and I was awakened in the middle of the night when I felt as if someone was watching over us. I opened my eyes to look in the doorway, thinking it would be my son, Derek, who had this habit of waking in the middle of the night and would come to our room and stop in our doorway without saying a word, which always scared the bejeebers out of me. I did not see him there. I continued to look over to Todd's side of the bed because I still felt a presence in the room. And there it was, much to my surprise. I saw a boy standing near our window, and I remember the vision as clear as day. It still gives me chills. He was not human, he was transparent. I could see right through him, yet his shape and face were so full of detail. He had a red baseball cap on and had one arm resting on the windowsill, just watching over us. Of course, being the first time I really remember even seeing an apparition, I was a little freaked out. I quickly looked away and closed my eyes, but had to take another peek. He was gone. Glad, sad, and terrified, I really didn't know what to make of this experience. Little did I know he was sending me a message, but it took a few months before I truly understood what that message was. The next morning I called my dad because I knew he would be able to answer my questions of what I saw. "Dad, what is the difference between a ghost, a spirit, and an angel?" I said excitedly. Of course, many questions were asked to why I was on a quest for information on this subject, so I told him of the experience I had the night before. The most profound question he had me consider was, did this sighting feel threatening or scary in any way? My response was no. He was very calm, almost like he was protecting us or someone. I can't explain it. Months had gone by and no more sightings of my young man visitor. Meanwhile, we had moved to a new home and my son Derek had met a new friend. They met on the school bus and also attended religious instruction classes together at the church where we attended regularly. The two had hit it off famously and were sure to be best buddies for a while. Like any good parent, you want to be able to meet the parents of the child that your children play with. The boys wanted to get together after school hours, and so it was time to meet the parents of this newfound friend. We walked around the block to their home and knocked on the door. When the door opened, we were greeted with such warmth and love, I knew this was going to be the start of something beautiful. Derek and I stepped into the living room, and there it was, the picture on the wall. I recognized this young man. He was the angel I saw in our bedroom at our house. Oh my gosh, I can only imagine the look I had on my face, especially once I found out this young man, my new friend's son, Paul, aka PJ, had passed away in a tragic car accident a few months before. As I looked around the room, I noticed a trunk which happened to be set up as a memorial for PJ. And placed on the ledge of this antique trunk was a red baseball cap. The red baseball cap he was wearing when he appeared in my previous home in Hillcrest. I then realized my recollection was correct, and this was the young man that had come to me and brought me to his home to become a good friend for his mother, Sue. Of course, it was many years before I even mentioned my experience to Sue. Talking about angels and spirits was still a bit of a hush-hush thing because people would think you were weird or crazy. But when I finally did, about 7 years later, we both broke down in tears with the realization of the gift of friendship that her eldest son, PJ, had given to us. He was watching over his mom and guided our family to our new home in Shenango Forks so that she would never be alone. To this day, we are still the best of friends. So angels can bring you together with people who need you, or who you may need for friendship, love, healing, or guidance, because they are always with you, watching over you, and protecting you.